You're listening to Flagler Footnotes with the Assistant Director of News and Information at Flagler College, Tanya Creamer. Read in between the lines and learn the ins and outs of what's going on at Flagler College with one-on-one, in-depth interviews with professors, staff, students, national and international guest speakers at Flagler Forum, and much more. And now your host, Tanya Creamer.
You're listening to Flagler Footnotes with Tanya, and today I'm here with Cindy Walker, Communication and Events Coordinator with the City of St. Augustine Beach. Cindy, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Glad you're here. You are a Flagler alumna, so we're glad you're back, graduate of 2017.
That's right. Great to be back.
We were just talking about how not too much has changed since you left 2 years ago. Not that you're that far away, obviously, so you can kind of keep track a little bit better than some can.
That's right. But I must say, those new Flagler Halls that just went up behind FEC.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you. The students seem to really like them, and they're nice, visual right there along the San Sebastian River. So they're a nice addition, I think.
Definitely.
To the skyline, right?
Definitely. And much needed dorms went up with that too, right?
Yes. Yeah. Our students really enjoy being a part of the on-campus experience, and adding those really helped them feel like they had, a home here on campus. So that was good. Accommodate more of those students. Just to give our listeners a little bit of background about you, what was your major while you were here at Flagler?
I was in the communications department. I graduated with a degree in strategic communications, public relations, and Spanish.
Oh my goodness, a mouthful, but all really needed for what you do. So.
Absolutely.
How did you parlay this into your role at the city, at the St. Augustine Beach?
So when I studied at Flagler, they highly encouraged us, doing a lot of community outreach. So one of my projects was I taught Spanish in the Senior Center over at Council on Aging.
Oh, I love that.
It was such a great experience. And from that, Council on Aging hired me on as an event planner for their fundraising efforts. And that was just an amazing experience, great organization. But then a position opened up with the City of St. Augustine Beach to plan the annual New Year's Eve event, Beach Blast Off. And that is one of the biggest events in Northeast Florida. And I said, sign me up, and here I am.
Awesome. And we got to keep you local.
Yes.
So tell us about your role specifically, and what's a typical day like for Cindy? And is it any different, being in a beach town, is it any different than, let's say, if you worked in Orlando as the communication and events coordinator?
Definitely. So as the communications and events coordinator, I have quite a bit to do that no day is ever the same. And I love it. Every day I go into work and it's a surprise. You never know where you're going to be. Every day is different.
Like today, you're talking on the radio.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I manage the social media, our web content, the newsletter, press releases, all things communication in the City of St. Augustine Beach. And it's really great living in a coastal community and getting to work in a coastal community, in that I have a lot of environmental efforts going on, save the beaches, save the oceans, and it's just fantastic, our community and business support with that environmental protection.
Well, that's great. I know we just had a recent event, the Clean Your Beach Day. Am I saying that right?
That's right.
Beach Cleanup Day. Okay. I know those are always pretty popular.
There's quite a few going on in our beaches, definitely.
Which is great. The whole community seems to get behind those. And who doesn't want an excuse to go and beautify the beach more so than it already is?
Exactly. Save the animals, save the turtles, and it's just a fantastic community.
Yeah. So we have something called Florida City Government Week coming up. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Definitely. So Florida City Government Week is sponsored by the League of Cities, the Florida League of Cities, which is kind of an organization that joins all of the cities in Florida. And it is a celebration, a week-long celebration that raises awareness about the importance of municipal government. So it is very important for residents to kind of understand, we're your government. We're here for you. This is what we do.
Yeah, and by municipal government, just explain a little bit to our listeners, what does that exactly mean, municipal government?
Just local.
Okay.
Your local
Yep.
government.
Yep.
The folks who are right here in your backyard.
Yes, so we're not talking about people at the state level. We're talking about, like you said, the folks in your own backyard.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we combined Florida City Government Week along with our 60th birthday.
Woo!
Can you believe it? The city of St. Augustine Beach is turning 60 years old.
That is something to celebrate.
And we are.
So what are we doing?
It is a week-long celebration, October 21st through the 25th. And we will have a historical open house at City Hall.
Okay, what do you mean by an historical open house?
So we will have a display of pictures, documents, artifacts, a lot of cool stuff for y'all to come out and see.
Okay, so just a question for my own personal knowledge, but I think other listeners will want to know this. Do you all have a city archivist who handles, for example, all these documents and the pictures that you'll be putting on display? Whose job is that to handle those things?
We have a city clerk who's in charge of our public records, and she kind of hangs on to, everything throughout the years. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, and I must give a shout out to the St. Augustine Historical Society as well, because they have helped tremendously with this event.
And how long have you all been planning this?
Oh my goodness, a few months now.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, few months in the making.
Okay. And everybody's invited?
Of course. Absolutely everybody.
So not just residents of St. Augustine Beach. If you live in downtown city of St. Augustine proper, you can head over to the beach and still help them celebrate.
Absolutely. If you're a student, if you're a visitor, if you're in the county, heck, if you're in another county, come on out. It's going to be great. So from the 21st through the 25th, the display will be open in City Hall during our normal operation hours, which is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
And then on that Friday, October 25th, we are going to remain open until 7 o'clock.
People can go after work.
Absolutely. And
perfect.
we are going to have a trivia table that night with prizes. And we're also going to have a birthday cake.
Ooh, you can't have a birthday celebration without birthday cake.
Absolutely. We need to sing happy birthday. 60 years is a big deal.
Yes, absolutely. No black balloons, hopefully, though. So, what's on tap coming up after that, perhaps? Do you have any other big events this year? I mean, that one in and of itself is a big event. So,
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But, as the city also has an annual Veterans Day celebration.
Okay, that's right around the corner.
That is right around the corner on November 11th at 3 p.m. It is at the Lakeside Veterans Memorial Sculpture Garden.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you've ever been out there, but it is beautiful.
I just went, actually, so funny you ask, for the first time, probably 6 weeks ago. My husband and I were at Kookaburra Coffee on Anastasia Boulevard, and we were like, you know what? We've never been in there. Let's check it out. And the minute we walked up, all the turtles came up, and they wanted us to feed them.
It is so funny when people walk up to that dock. You just see the turtles.
Yes.
They see you, and they're like, we're coming to see you.
Yes, and obviously because we hadn't been, we didn't expect that. So we had nothing to feed them, and they were just, okay, fine. After a while, they swam away and realized we didn't have any food for them. But it was a very nice park.
It is. It is. So, yeah, Monday, November 11th, 3 p.m., we will have a ceremony in that park. And we will have a vocalist, honor guard, bagpipers, and a special guest speaker.
Ooh. Okay, so you have to come to see who it is.
Definitely. Definitely.
And that's open to everybody?
That is. And the best part, we will have refreshments sponsored by Sunset Grill and Winn-Dixie after the ceremony.
That's nice.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves a little refreshments, especially when the event's outside.
Absolutely. Some snacks, a little meal,
Yeah, and music.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's going to be great.
So what happens, anything else as we close out the year? Anything big going on?
Just the biggest free, family-friendly New Year's Eve celebration in Northeast Florida.
Okay.
Beach blast off into 2020.
So you said this is one of the biggest events in Northeast Florida.
Definitely. It is.
Okay.
Yes. And it is family friendly, which also makes it unique. It's at the St. Johns County Pier Park from 4 to 10 p.m. with the fireworks at 8:30 p.m. So bring the kids, have them see the fireworks, and then get home, get them to bed.
Yes.
And let the adults celebrate. It's going to be a really nice event. Every year we have live music, we have food vendors, free shuttles, free parking.
Oh, that's helpful.
Free admission.
That's helpful too.
Yes, and the fireworks display is just phenomenal. And it's set to music as well, so it's going to be great.
With something that big, I have to imagine that you as the coordinator, you'd probably start planning like January 2nd?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am, that is right.
So there's a lot that goes into it. Who else helps you?
Well, we receive a lot of help from all the law enforcement agencies here. Just the way that they work together to make this event happen is just phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow, impressive.
The teamwork and the cooperation between the cities and the county and the Fish and Wildlife, and just everybody comes together to help.
That's fantastic.
It's great.
So how many people do you expect at this every year?
Oh, we get quite a few thousand. Last year, I want to say we had about 35,000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be left out. Be one of the 35,000 approximately who come and see these amazing fireworks, enjoy some food in a family-friendly atmosphere.
Definitely. We partner with the Tourist Development Council for this event, and they help us with advertising, and we just appreciate that partnership as well, and it's going to be a great year.
Awesome. Well, before the big blast off, don't forget, City of St. Augustine Beach is celebrating 60 years, and they're having a celebration complete with cake, because what celebration isn't complete without cake? So make sure you go and attend those events that are happening in honor of that amazing birthday.
Absolutely. October 25th, St. Augustine Beach, City Hall, 2200 A1A South. And the event, we will stay open until 7 o'clock.
Okay. Sounds good. Cindy, thank you so much for returning to Flagler.
Oh, it's always good to be back. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And good luck and happy birthday, City of St. Augustine Beach.
You've been listening to Flagler Footnotes with Tanya. Flagler Footnotes with Tanya is a program that informs you about upcoming events at Flagler College, announcements about the college, and lets you hear from some of the people that help make history every day here at Flagler. Flagler Footnotes with Tanya is a production of WFCF 88.5 Flagler College Radio, your radio with a reason. It's produced and edited by Sydney Tucker. Tune in Tuesday nights at 5 and Sunday evenings at 6:30 for another edition of Flagler Footnotes. Thanks for listening.